everybody. Here is my survival shotgun. Okay, now for those of you who might not know, this is an H&R. It's a single shot 12 gauge shotgun. This is known as the partner, I guess they call the shotgun, but this stock configuration is what they call the survivor. Now, one thing that I like a lot about this is you can take this little takedown screw out, and basically the forestock comes off. You can take the barrel off. There's my adapter. I'll talk about that in a minute. You can take the barrel off, and basically you have three pieces. Now, you see that I have these little parachute cord slings that I made, and they just have loops in the end of them. And it's actually two small slings that I made. And this gives you plenty of paracord in case you need paracord on the field. And again, it doubles as a gun sling. So you have two things of paracord. Now this adapter, this is made by Short Lane. It's gunadapters.com, and this is basically a 3-inch steel adapter that fits into your 12 gauge barrel, and it lets you shoot 38 specials through your gun. My dog, she just loves being in the videos. That's why I had to push her all the way. So anyway, gunadapters.com. Dave Canterbury also sells these on his website. Excellent website. I'll leave a link to his website in this video description. So yeah, the gun breaks down into three parts. It's very nice, you know, small, and you can pack it away. If you don't know where to put this nut, you can just thread it right in here, you know, and leave the parts like that. Now, let me talk a little more about this gun, and more specifically the way that I configure mine. You see that I have a little bit of paracord hanging right here, down here on the bottom. You see that? I got this little paracord tail hanging. Well, that's because inside there I have a small kit. Let's take a look and see what that is. That paracord is basically a handle to get a hold of to pull this kit out, because this kit is made out of inner tube material. So I got to stuff it in there, and once it dries, you know, I use a little bit of hand lotion when I stick it in there to kind of moisten it up. And then once I get it in there, it dries, and then it's stuck in there. So that's why I have that little paracord tail. Plus that gives me, what, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet of paracord right there. I know that doesn't sound like much. Of course I have a bunch in these in this lanyard. So this is basically a fire starter kit. Now this one, you can see, has some cotton string hanging on it. Well, the purpose for the cotton string is to make wicks and things like that. Now let me open this kit up and show you what's inside. So I have one little rubber band, two little rubber bands, and the cool thing about these kits that I make is they're waterproof. If water gets inside, it's no problem at all. First thing you see that comes out of there is some 209 primers. I have 7 of them. Now you might be thinking, why in the world, dude, are you carrying primers in your shotgun? It's real simple. If I have a shotgun hull, and a lot of times when I take and I go out to the woods, I have a pound of black powder in my car. So it's smaller for me to carry 7 primers than it is to carry 7 12 gauge rounds. So that's the idea behind those 7 primers. And again, this little piece has some cotton string that I can make wicks out of. And I have a small piece of paracord there. Now let's find out what else is in here. So I pull this out. You see that I have a blue piece of cloth, and there's a piece of wire, snare wire. Okay, so I'm going to unravel that. God, these flies are ridiculous out here. There's a pond about 100 yards from here, and there's a bunch of pollywogs and stuff in there, and that's where those flies are coming from. So I have some snare wire, maybe 2.5, 3 feet. That's good for all kinds of things. I use it for making wick holders for candles. And wrapped around this still, I have some more cotton yarn. about 3 feet. Cotton yarn, again, is great for a survival situation for many reasons. It can be used as a fire starter. You can char it and make char, kind of like char cloth, but char yarn. You can use it as a wick. You can use it as a fuse. If you had to put some bomb together or something, you can use it as a fuse. There's just tons of things that you could do. Now, that leaves you with this black inner tube material. Of course, you can store the stuff in there, fold the ends over like I had, and everything stays watertight. You can put that in the gun. But another thing that this is good for is it's rubber. Okay, so if you need to make some sort of rubber bands to hold something together, if you need to cut it into long strips and make long, cordages, you could probably make a slingshot with some of this rubber. It'd be very primitive, but nonetheless, you could probably make one. But another thing you could do is you could use this for signaling. You throw this in the fire and it's going to burn really black smoke. So now, let's take a look and see what we have here in this kit. So I'm opening this up, and the first thing that you see is this blue cotton fabric. Now, why blue cotton fabric? It doesn't matter what color. It's the fact that it's cotton. Okay? This has a lot of uses in a survival situation. If you had a water bottle, you could put this over the mouth of your water bottle, pour whatever water you can get into your water bottle, and use this as a filter. It's a pretty good sized piece of cloth. You could also rip small pieces off and make char cloth out of it. So you have that there. Now, I have a couple things here. Right here, this blue stuff, I hope you can see this. This is dryer lint that's embedded with Vaseline. And this is a really good fire starter. And here, I have 2 cotton balls sandwiching a piece of 4/0 steel wool. Okay, so let me say that again. I have 2 cotton balls outside of a piece of 4/0 steel wool. So the cotton balls by themselves, again, fire starting material. They make excellent tinder. You can make char cotton balls out of them. Use them for fire starters. If you don't have any wicking material, you can take these and spin it and make your own little wicks. All kinds of things that you can use cotton balls. Yes, these are not soaked in Vaseline. This is just standard cotton balls. Okay, the Vaseline is in the dryer lint. Now, the steel wool. You're probably wondering, what's that for? Well, maybe you get a little tarnish on your barrel. You can kind of clean your barrel. If you have some cooking oil, or maybe you eat a can of oysters and you got some cottonseed oil or something, you can use this to buff up your parts. You can also use this to make fire. Okay, so that's what's inside that kit. Let me move this aside. So you got your snare wire, your cotton fabric, your rubber inner tube material, cotton string, that's cotton yarn actually, primers for 209, steel wool, you got dryer lint with Vaseline, and 2 cotton balls. And all of that fit inside of my gun. Now, I haven't even opened the back compartment yet. You want to see what's in there? That's a lot to hold in this little handle. Oh, one more thing. I stuck my finger in there and I forgot that I had that in there. Some more steel wool. So now let's open this compartment. I like this because you don't have to have any tools and you won't lose this nut. It has a little dill that won't let it go away. Now, first thing you see, a AA battery. Well, the AA battery can be used as an electrical source to ignite the steel wool. Okay, so that's first thing. And of course, hopefully I don't have to do that because I have a lighter. I have a small Bic lighter. Okay, it's a little windy out. Now, you notice that I have some more paracord. There's 1, 2 pieces of paracord. But, let me see what I can get a hold of here. First thing that tips out is a number 6 12 gauge shotgun shell. Let's take a look. A number 7 shotgun shell. Another number 6. And a small Rayovac flashlight. This flashlight is a bright little light too. And so I have an extra battery also. That's a good little light. Now I have some cord here and I pulled it out, and it's a small, very small knife. Nothing too crazy, just a very small knife. It's got a little bit of paracord on it, probably 1.5 feet. It's fairly sharp. This is in case I had to field dress some game I found, you know, and I didn't have my pack handy. Maybe I was out on a little hunt. I know it's a cheap knife, but a knife is better than no knife. I have another piece of cord here, and this is going to serve as a handle to pull. And I have something here. I have a little bundle. There's more stuff in the bottom. I have a clove hitch with a piece of paracord tied. Let me untie that. Set that down. So I have another piece of paracord. Let's open this up. That is a 12 gauge slug. So I have a slug. It's another 12 gauge shell. And I have some more cotton material. Again, I can use this to clean things. I can use it to filter water. I can use it to make char cloth, all kinds of things. Now let me look and see what else I have. I have in my hand 6 .38 special bullets. I know that's not a lot, but you know what? In a survival situation, 6 is enough. 6 plus 4 is 10. You know, 6 .38s and 4 shotgun shells. And last but not least, I have a stainless steel pin, and what this is for is this is for the gun parts adapter. So after you fire the round, if the brass is stuck in there, you can take this stainless steel pin and push and get your brass out. Okay, so I keep that in the shotgun as well. So I'm going to come up there to the camera and I'm going to get us a closer view of all these items. So again, you've got the barrel of your shotgun, you've got the forearm piece, you've got some paracord over here, stainless steel, I don't even know if that's stainless or not, but it's steel pin. You've got your gunparts.com adapter, little knife. You've got your flashlight. This is that cheap $4 Rayovac. It's a very bright light, good light for the money. There's 4 shotgun shells. Again, you have a 12 gauge slug. You're probably wondering about the discoloration. That's an old round. It's been in there forever. I should probably fire it and put a new one in there. And you got 1 number 7 and 2 number 6s. 6 .38 special rounds. There's a spare battery for my flashlight. A lighter, small Bic lighter, no bigger than a shotgun shell. 2 cotton balls, 1 piece of dryer lint soaked in Vaseline. And the Vaseline is basically a fuel, like I mentioned. 2 pieces of 4/0 steel wool. What is that, 6-7 shotgun primers, 209 primers. Some cotton yarn, my inner tube material, my cotton fiber, my other cotton fiber, and last but not least, my snare wire. So again, I hope that you enjoyed me breaking down the shotgun, showing you all the items that I had inside. You know, that's what I keep in my shotgun. So we'll talk to you later.